Well, hello friends. Today let's talk online fabric shopping. Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in today. My name is T and this is my YouTube channel, Compass Tea and Sewing. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe if this content is for you. And don't forget to hit the notification bell as well so you can receive notifications of all my videos when I post them. Today's video includes 10 tips on how to online fabric shop. So if you are a beginner and you are unfamiliar with fabrics content or fibers or anything like that, this will be the video for you. The first tip that I want to share is learn fabric weights. It is very important to learn the weight of a fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and give you two different examples of fabrics that can vary in weight and why you should actually learn these fabrics. So the first is denim. So denim can range in anywhere from like a 3 ounce all the way up to a 12 ounce and sometimes even more. So say for instance, you want to purchase a 12 ounce denim. I know when I go online and I see in the description of the fabric, if it says 12 ounces, I know that I am going to be getting a fabric that is going to be heavy. It's going to most likely be a medium to heavyweight fabric. It's going to be a bottom weight fabric that is going to be structured and designed for garments like jean jackets or some type of bottom weight material like a jean skirt or a pair of denim pants or jeans. Now say I see a fabric that says 3 ounces of denim, 3 ounce, that is a 3 ounce denim on it. This fabric is going to be more fluid and more drapey. This is going to be a fabric that I know I can use for, say for instance, a very flowy top or some type of flowy dress. Maybe I want to make a gathered dress. I can definitely make a gathered top or a gathered dress out of a 3 ounce denim versus a 12 ounce denim. There's no way I'm going to be able to gather a 12 ounce denim. So this is why it's very important to learn your denim and then also other types of fabrics and the weight of those fabrics so that you know what you're getting and what you are buying. Another example would be with linen. So linen, you can get linen as a blend or you can get it as 100% linen. So I know that if I get a rayon linen, I'm going to get a more fluid drape than if I get a 100% linen. Now, I'm not talking about what you can do to that linen to soften that linen and to then get a better drape. I'm talking about what you're going to receive in the mail. So a rayon linen blend is going to be more fluid than a 100% linen. And a 100% linen is going to be more crisp and it's going to be a lot more structured than your rayon linen. So again, that's one of the reasons why you should learn the weight of your fabrics, because it will give you some indication as to what you're going to get when you get your package in the mail. Number 2, read the fabric's description. On every site that I have ever been to where I'm ordering fabrics, there's always a description on the fabric. Most fabric descriptions are very detailed and they offer information like the weight of the fabric. It'll tell you the width of the fabric. It sometimes will tell you the drape of the fabric. Sometimes it'll have keywords like soft hand or fluid drape or flowy or textured or opaque, translucent. All of those different keywords will give you an idea of what that fabric is going to be like and what you are going to be expecting when you receive your package. Number 3, check the fabric's yardage and width. Now these are two separate things, but I put them in one category. Let's start with the width first. With your fabric's width, generally speaking, a fabric will come on a bolt that is either 60 inches wide, anywhere between 52 and 60 inches wide, and sometimes 44 to 46 inches wide. Obviously, you can get a lot more done and achieve a lot more with fabrics that are wider. So if you have a fabric that is, say for instance, anywhere from 52 to 60 inches wide, you're going to get more out of your project. versus if you have a fabric that is 44 to 46 inches wide. In addition to this, make sure that you also check the yardage or the meters of the fabric. Some companies like to use meters, whereas others like to use yardage. Usually it just depends on what country you live in. In the States, we normally go by yardage, but there are some companies here in the United States that also go by meters. So just make sure that you know the difference between a meter and a yard. They don't equate to the same thing. And so if you are going by yardage and you get meters and you don't have enough for your project, you will be sad. Some companies like to go by a half a yard or a half a meter. And so if you select one as the quantity and the fabric store is selling this by the half of meter or the half of yard, when you receive that item, you're only going to get half of meter or half of a yard of that project, even though you selected one as the quantity. So just again, make sure that you check these things and you look these things over when you are buying fabric online. Number 4, buy a resource guide. My favorite resource guide book for fabrics is called All New Fabric Savvy, and it's how to choose and use fabrics, and it's by Sandra Betzina, and it's this book right here, and I've had it for about 4 years or so. I don't remember when this particular version was copyrighted, but I had it for a while, and it's very, very informative. It gives over 100 or more different types of fabric types. It also goes beyond talking about what you can expect with the fabric's drape and the fabrics feel, but it also talks about what kind of needles you can use for these particular fabrics. It gives you different layouts and things like that, how you want to lay your fabric out. It talks about stitch lengths and stitch widths and what kind of lengths and widths you're going to use for those particular fabrics. It gives you pressing suggestions, top stitching suggestions, how to mark your garments and finish your seams. It's just a very useful book in helping you to identify fabrics and be able to know more about the fabrics that you are working with. Number 5, read reviews. Make sure that when you pull up the particular image of the fabric that you want to buy, that you also scroll down to the bottom of the page. They usually have the reviews all the way at the bottom of the listing of that particular fabric. And so make sure you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page and read the reviews of the fabric. Now, I'm not talking about reviews where people or customers are really upset about the shipping. So maybe they have not received shipping on time, or maybe they're just not happy with the color of the fabric or things like that. So you will have to sift through all of the reviews to actually find relevant information. And I'm not saying that shipping concerns and also the color of your fabric and things like that are not true concerns. But when we're talking about what we're buying online in terms of the drape and the feel of the fabric, those are the types of reviews that you want to pay particular attention to. You want to make sure that you read the reviews of people talking about the texture of the fabric, the hand of the fabric, sometimes the weight of the fabric. So if you're looking for, say for instance, a 4-ounce jersey weight, but the review of this particular fabric is that it's too heavy and that it's an 8-ounce jersey weight. And sometimes customers don't know the weight of their fabric, so they don't talk about it in terms of weight, but they still may say keywords like it's too heavy, it's too thick, it's too bulky, it's not what I expected. All of those things will give you an idea of whether or not you want to purchase that fabric based on the weight, the feel, the drape, the texture, all of those things. Number 6, buy samples or swatches. Some companies will provide samples and swatches for their customers so that they can actually be able to know what to expect when they are purchasing a particular product. Some companies will have swatches or samples available anywhere from like 50 cents up to $1.50 in US dollars. I don't really know what it is in countries outside of the US, but from the stores that I have shopped online in the United States, they range anywhere from about 50 cents up to $1.50. And you can also find companies that will actually just give swatches for free. Some companies also will give free swatches with a purchase. So if you know that you're going to purchase something, then that may be an opportunity for you to also get a few swatches in that order. So that way in your next order, you'll know what to look for when you want to go and get a particular item. Number 7, know your fabric types. So this is going to actually come over time, and then also as you increase your exposure with being around fabrics. My main suggestion for you would be to go to a fabric shop and feel a fabric, test the fabric, ask questions, look at the bolt and read the description on the bolt and see if those fabrics are something that you have seen online. You know, if you're interested in a particular fabric shop and you've seen a particular fabric, you can go into your local fabric shop and kind of feel those fabrics and get an idea of whether that fabric is going to be comparable to the fabric that you're looking at online. Number 8, use a popular search engine. So in the United States, Google is the most searched engine. So I know that if I take certain keywords or phrases from a fabric's description and put that into the Google search engine, chances are I am going to get either some type of a pattern review or a video tutorial, maybe a blog post or something like that with that particular fabric. Not always, but sometimes you will get lucky and get some type of a review on that fabric. So an example I have is of the Moods Floral Dreams Cotton Sateen. So this is a piece that I actually did a pattern review of about 1.5 years ago. And so every time I put that particular phrase or those keywords inside the Google search engine, my video will pop up, and sometimes even my blog post will pop up as well. And so people can go over and read about the fabric on my blog. They can go and watch the video and they can learn more about the fabric. Number 9, use your commercial or your indie pattern as a resource. On all commercial and indie patterns, they will give you some type of suggestion or recommendation for the fabrics that you're going to use for that pattern. You can take that pattern into the store with you, and you can look at all of the different suggestions, go throughout the store, feel the fabrics, get an idea of what you're going to be looking for. Number 10, go to fabric shops often. Now, I know I talked a little bit about this with number 7 when I talked about increasing your exposure, but now I want to talk about the duration and the time that you probably should spend in fabric shops. The more time you spend in these fabric shops, the more you will learn and have a better understanding of what you're buying online, and you'll know a little bit more about your fabrics. Now, also in terms of duration, I would say not just go, you know, as often and spend as much time in fabric shops, but I would also say maybe try to make sure that you're doing this consistently throughout the year, so that way you can pick up that information that you need really quickly, so that you know what you're buying and what not to buy. All right, everyone, so that does it for today's video. Thank you for tuning in today. If you haven't done so yet and you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you give my video a big thumbs up. And if you have any tips or tricks that you want to share with us on online fabric shopping, please make sure that you include those in the comment section below. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can receive notifications of all my videos when I post them. All right, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you all have a happy and blessed sewing week. Until next time, stay creative. Bye.